I've never played to so many fucking Budweiser signs. It's gonna be subliminal. I'll be really thirsty by the end of the set. Or something. Or maybe I'll be in a bikini and there'll be Clydesdales behind me. You gotta have the right tools for every job, so I invite myself in through the hole in the fence. I am tripping through the junkyard, scanning over the piles. The thin cats raise their skin in defense, and I know he's watching me. I can see him through the cracks. His eyes are small and shy on my back. He says his name is Jason. He lives in last trailer on the right. He tells me he'll be sudden on the 4th of July. Only the people who live here know the name of this place. My path through Iowa would be hard to trace. All the adults in this town trying to frown when I walk by, but Jason smiled at me, he met my eye. Yeah, Jason smiled at me, he met my eye. La da 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 da. You get all into it, you just lose track of your fingers. And there's this hair like stuck in my shirt right on my tit. You can't see it, it's sticking straight out, actually. I won't tell you what kind of hair. What color do you think it was? I'll get it correct really soon. So there goes the only friend I have in Iowa. His hand flapping behind him. Sorry, Mr. Verse. Jason, he don't ask me where I'm from or why I came here alone. We all go looking for paradise, then we go back home. Yeah, we cut out the small talk, got right to the way things are. He showed me his squirrel stall. I told him I locked myself out of my car. La da 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 da. Da 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 da. So there goes the only friend I have in Iowa. His hand flapping behind him, waving goodbye. His name is Jason. He lives in the last trailer on the right. He'll be 7 on the 4th of July. Underneath the corporate canopy where the sun rarely filters down. The ground is not so soft, it's not so soft. They build buildings to house people making money, or they build buildings to make money off of housing people. It's true, like a lot of things are true. I'm foraging for a phone booth on the forest floor that is not so soft. I look up, it looks like the buildings are burning, but it's just the sun setting in the windows. Calling them to another business day, eternally circling, signaling the rhythm of clicking on and off of computers. way the ground is getting harder. It was not that soft before. And those who call the shots are never in the line of fire. Why? When there's life for hire out there, if a flag of truth were raised, we could watch every liar rise to wave it here. We learn America like a script. Playwright, birthright, same thing. We bring ourselves to the home. We're all rehearsing for the presidency. I always wanted to be commander-in-chief of my one-woman army. Of my finest hour, it's the failed America in me. It's the fear that lives in a forest of stone underneath the corporate canopy where the sun filters down and the ground is not so soft. It's not so soft. It's not so soft. It's not so soft. Okay, I'll do this to cue you. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna end each song like in the middle of the third verse. You know what? Can I get the guitar maybe a little less high end? It's kind of tinny up here. I think I'm kind of sick, and during sound check, well, I took some decongestants after sound check, and suddenly I could hear it. So this is Andy Stachansky sitting over there. Being sick though, if I turn my head really quick, it's a rush. Too bad I can't toss my hair around at the same time. How come I can pick my ears but not my nose? Who made up that rule anyway? How come you say that's the way it is, that's just the way it goes? Why don't you decide for yourself that you can do what you can say? My friends, but not my enemies. So it isn't about me that offends, so it isn't about me. You know I'm only 5'2" and I'm giggling, wiggling. Tell me again, what did I do? Are you scared of me? 'Cause I cried with love and I laughed with rage. You got a little late enough to see the humor and long enough to see some change. You know, I think shy is boring. I think the rest is still. I think pretty is nice, but I'd rather see something new. You know, all those plastic people got the plastic surgery, but we got a big, big, beautiful. You know, we got it for free. Said, who you gonna be if you can't be yourself? You know, you can't get it from TV. You can't force it on anybody else. And you know they come to click chat, and they come to strip mine. They come for some of my big butt, my big brain, just a little time. They wanna take me home to dinner, they think I'm a bitch if I don't go. Seems like people who actually like me don't allow me to say no. You have to have a conversation, it's the third degree. You know, see the humor, long off the seas on train. Seas on train. Seas on train. Seas on train.
No, I haven't. Have you? No. Has anybody been cow tipping lately? That's our little conversation. Yeah, well, so apparently they actually used to run bulls around this place. Like, what's the deal with that? We didn't quite get it. Why do you need to run them? Don't they just run by themselves? Yeah. Oh, so you show them running. That's it. We were talking about it. Andy actually wanted to start the show by running around the perimeter of the room. I didn't think you'd make it very far. Then would you like bid on us or something? That would be cute. Maybe the second set or something. Windows of my soul are made of one-way glass. Don't bother looking into my eyes if there's something you want to know. Just ask. I got a deadbolt stroll. Where I'm going is clear. I don't have the time for you to wonder. I'll just tell you why I'm here. Throw up your hands. Say this has nothing to do with me. I just want to live as comfortably as I can. You gotta look outside your eyes. You gotta think outside your brain. You gotta walk outside your life to where the neighborhood changes. Who's your boogeyman? That's who I will be. You don't have to like me for who I am, but we'll see what you're made of by what you make of me. You know, I think it's absurd that you think I am the derelict daughter. You know, I fight fire with the words. Words are hotter than flames. Words are wetter than the wall. Friends all over this country, friends in other countries too. I got friends I haven't met yet. I got friends I never know. I got lovers whose eyes that only see you at a glance. I got strangers for great-grandchildren. I got strangers for ancestors. I was a long time coming. I'll be a long time gone, boy. You got your whole life. Something, and that's not very long. Why don't you give me
guitar is still real bright up here. So you guys go to school here, or you just live? Oh, cool. I like this. I can see you. What? My hair. Okay, but you have to leave the light off. No, okay, well, alright. It's, it grew in green. I'll have hair for one song, that's it.
That wasn't her front afro. That wasn't her front afro.
I like this, just spotlighting the drummer. This is Andy Stachinsky and I'm just focusing here. He gets like all this stuff. He gets like 12 microphones. He's just so special back there. And I don't know. Anyway, so the rest of the set is going to be new songs. So I hope you're up for shit you haven't heard. You probably just stopped by for a beer and this is all. Life's a B-word, it's stupid and it's strange. It's a directionless story, and the dialogue is lame. But in the he said, she said, sometimes there's some poetry if you turn your back long enough and let it happen naturally. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I got a face like a limp handshake, hair like an accident scene. I've been waking up slowly, savoring the same old dream. Somewhere in between the folds of your memory, I was sleeping soundly. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. 'Cause I like you, but I know you don't know it. I like you so much, I talk to everyone but you. And I wonder what you would think of this little number. Yeah, I wonder what you would say if you know. You don't ask the right questions, every answer feels wrong. I was a terrible waitress, so I started to write a song. And I don't know how I feel, I wonder if you feel like me. You ever get wrapped up in the folds of my memory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 'Cause I like you, but I know you don't know it. I like you so much, I talk to everyone but you. And I wonder what you would think
of this little number. Yeah, I wonder what you would say if you know how. And there's a river of people that runs past my eyes. It's beautiful enough just to watch it go by. But the trouble with water is she'll always leave you for gravity. I never even told you I had a crush on you or anything. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Life is a B-movie, it's stupid and it's strange, it's the direction of the story, and the dialogue is lame, but the he said, she said, sometimes there's some poetry if you turn your back long enough and let it happen naturally, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, oh hell yeah. Okay, so this is another new one, just to be redundant, and it's kind of a pissy little I hate everybody today song. Enough of that life affirming shit. You know those days when you just need to slap everybody? Okay, this is one of those. And look! Oh. On a crowded subway car, some guy tried to feed me some stupid line in some stupid bar. You know, I see the same shit every day. The landscape looks so bleak. I think I'll take the first one in his own that does something unique here. Some shit says thank you for saying all the things I never do. I say no, the thanks I get is take all the shit for you. It's nice that you listen. It'd be nice if you join in. As long as you play their game, girl, you're never gonna win, girl. Today I just want someone to entertain me. I'm tired of being so fierce. I'm tired of being so friendly. You don't have to be a supermodel to do the animal thing. You don't have to be a super genius to open your face up and sing, girl. Face up and sing, girl. Face up and sing, girl. Face up and sing. Oh, actually originally trouble with manic panic dies. It's all natural. and it was much darker green a couple weeks ago. Now it's sort of getting back to the bleach phase. I bleached it first. That's, you know, if you want a really striking color. Any other questions? I use a frosty beige as a base, and then Andy, I think, is in autumn. I don't know. Yeah, he said that. Okay, so this is I'm saving all my good jokes for the next set. So I'm gonna go back and write them. Actually, the other night we were playing in Massachusetts, and I made some kind of joke. I don't know, something stupid. I said something like that was supposed to be ironic, you know, but people didn't get it. They're too subtle, maybe. It's like, I don't know, something about the rest of the world, you know, those little brown people or something. And a whole, you know, like a good section of the crowd was like, and like, it criticizes what it says as it says it. Get it? Get it? So I spent the rest of the night telling sexist jokes. I thought they needed a little. Anyway, this is that has nothing to do with any of that. You need more guitar? He needs more guitar. I'll give it to him. Got it. Is that good? What I don't do for you. You'd always hear my brother squeaking of those 2 tree limbs. So one day one of them came down, taken down by the wind. But on the one that's still there, you can still see where the bark is rough and bare. It's a metaphor if you know what I mean. How have you been? Oh, yeah. How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? Well, me and you and your girlfriend is free. In the interest of even numbers, I will make myself scarce. I'll make myself scarcely me. But I'll be outside your window at night, on your shades, leave on your lights. 'Cause I don't want to come in between. I just want to know, have you been? Oh, yeah. Have you been? Oh, yeah. Have you been? How have you been? So I discovered this new tuning for my guitar. I milked it for what it was worth.
Yeah, you didn't do it to piss us off.
Oh yeah, well, I'm testing your love. You can sit and listen to me tune.
Not enough chocolate.
What?
Not enough chocolate.
Not enough chocolate. It's code. You wouldn't understand. This tune sort of follows along the theme of that last tune. Sort of later that ending, maybe. You give me that look that's like laughing, with liquid in your mouth, like you're choosing between choking and spitting it all out, like you're trying to fight gravity on a planet that insists that love is like falling, falling is like this. Feels like reckless driving when we're talking. It's fun while it lasts, and it's faster than walking. But no one's gonna sympathize when we crash. They'll say you hit what you head for, you get what you ask. And we'll say we didn't know, we didn't even try. One minute there was world beneath us, and the next just sky. Sorry I can't help you. Cannot keep you safe. I'm sorry I can't help myself. So don't look at me that way. We can't fight gravity on a planet that insists that love is like falling, falling is like, love is like falling, falling is like, love is like falling. Falling is like this, it's like this, it's like this, it's like this. So, I think I'll finish up this set, and then we'll take a little break. I'll have some more fluids, and we'll come back up and do the second set. Go figure. So, I hope that's cool with you. I hope the beer's full. And the people here were so friendly to me. So, good time. Anyway, so this is a obnoxious slow number that is called Out of Range, and I think that's going to be the title of the next album. Probably not till January. But there's a remake of album coming out. The remix is of the first two albums. I went back in the studio and re-recorded all those old songs. Not all of them, about half of them, a little more than half. Blah 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 blah. And it's gonna come out very soon, within the month. And Andy's playing on it, and a bunch of other people.
So, what's that? Yeah, both hands. You know, kind of like all the songs I like off the first 2 albums and some of them that other people like. When I look up, I smile. When I look down, I drool. Okay, so thank you very much for coming. I'll play this song with much chutzpah, and then we will take a break and we'll come back out and do the rock and roll set. So put on your dancing shoes, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Just the thought of our bed makes me crumble like the plaster where you punch the wall beside my head. And I tried to draw the line, but it ends up running down the middle of me most of the time. Boys get locked up in some prison, girls get locked up in some house. And it don't matter if it's a warden or a lover or a spouse. You just can't talk to them, you just can't reason, you just can't leave, you just can't please. And I was locked in being my mother's daughter. I was just eating bread and water, thinking nothing ever changes, and I was shocked. See the mistakes of each generation will just fade like a radio station. You drive, you just gotta drive, you just gotta drive out of range. Cause if you're not angry, then you're just stupid, you don't care. How else can you react when you know something's so unfair? When the men of the hour can kill half the world in war and make them slaves to a superpower and let them die for it. I was locked into me and my mother's daughter. I was just eating bread and water, thinking nothing ever changes. I was shocked. See the mistakes each generation will just make like a radio station. You drive, you just gotta drive, you just gotta drive. Just the thought of our bed makes me crumble like the plaster where you punch the wall beside my head. And I try to draw the line, but it ends up running down the middle of me most of the time. And baby, I love you, that's why I'm leaving. There's just no talking to you, there's just no pleasing you. And I care enough that I'm mad, but half the world don't even know what they could have had. Yeah, I was locked into being my mother's daughter. I was just eating bread and water, thinking nothing ever changes, and I was shocked. See the mistakes each generation will just fade like a radio station. You drive, you just gotta drive, you just gotta drive out of range, out of range, out of range, out of range. You were just fingering me for those new songs, right? You're really like, look at those old outdated ones. Those sweet little ones when you were bald and shy. I am walking out in the rain, and I am listening to low moan of the dial tone again, and I am getting nowhere with you, and I can't let it go, and I can't get through. And the old woman behind the pink curtains and the closed door sung our swan song at last in both hands. Now use both hands. Close your eyes. I am writing graffiti on your body. I am drawing the story of how hard we tried. How hard we tried. Just don't have a cappuccino machine. I'm watching this fucking fly too. It's always doing the ballads, you know? All features great and small. Love you, babe. Thanks for coming. I am watching your chest rise and fall like the tides of my life, and the rest of it all. And your bones have been my bed frame, and your flesh has been my pillow. I've been waiting for sleep to offer up the deep with both hands. Okay, now you're gonna watch him step me. I'll just have to make a show of myself. But in each other's shadow we grew less and less tall, and eventually our theories could explain it all. I'm recording our history now on the bedroom wall, and when we leave the landlord will come and paint over it all. I'm walking out in the rain, and I am listening to the low moan of the dial tone again, and I am getting nowhere with you, and I can't let it go, and I can't get through. Both hands, now use both hands. Close your eyes. I'm writing graffiti on your body. I'm drawing the story of how hard we tried. How hard we tried. How hard we tried. So on the new, on the on the remixes, that one's got an accordion and a cello on it, because cellos are so sappy and it seemed oh so appropriate.
Free meal.
Free meal? I was playing in Nebraska a couple weeks ago. I played in Lincoln, I played in Omaha. And yeah, this show in Omaha, I was in the middle of a poem. And some guy said, "What about plaid?" That's what he said. In the middle of some like melodramatic moment, I was having a moment with myself, and it just completely threw me for the rest of the. Not hard to do, but but what about plaid? It just makes you think, you know. Then he said, "Marry me," and I started to wonder how the two were connected. How can I go home with nothing to say? I know you're going to look at me that way and say, "What did you do out there? What did you decide? You said you needed time and you had time." You are a china shop good food, I am full. I guess everything is timing. I guess everything has been said. So I'm coming home with an empty head. You'll say, do they love you or what? I'll say they love what I do. The only one who really loves me is you. You'll say, girl, did you kick some butt? I'll say, I don't really remember, but my fingers are sore and my voice is too. You'll say, it's really good to see you. You'll say, I miss you horribly. You'll say, let me carry that, give that to me. And you will take the heavy stuff, and you will drive the car, and I'll look out the window and make jokes about the way things are. How can I go home with nothing to say? I know you're going to look at me that way and say, what did you do out there? What did you decide? You said you needed time and you had time. 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 Cute furry with his shirt off. Do you ever play naked on stage? I mean, not naked, but do you ever like get into a frenzy and he's gonna ignore me? He's just gonna. It hasn't happened yet. I suppose if I wasn't playing this geriatric folk music, we get some action then. Well, something to look forward to. But then I drive too fast, pull me over to tell me so. I say out here on the prairie any speed is too slow. I miss Brooklyn, I miss my crew. Let's start over, I missed my cue. I guess I forgot who I was talking to. I should have recognized that fierce look in his eye. I've seen it in my mirror so many times. He's gonna put his 2 cents in cause he's got it done, but I'm gonna put in 3 cause history owes me 1. Guess I came out here to see some stuff for myself. I mean, why leave the telling up to everybody else? This may be God's country, but this is your country too. You move over next to holiness and let the little people throw.
of me. Thanks for the ticket. Now can I leave? You know I haven't left everywhere that I have ever been. I don't really recommend it though, not like anybody asked me. Maybe you and I will meet again someday, yeah. I've been known to come down this road. Or maybe it's destiny, and then again, maybe not. I don't know. So this is my new song. It's the newest one I have finished. I have about 12 others that have 1 or 2 verses. So search your profile for translation. I study the conversation like a map. Cause I know there is strength in the differences between us. And I know there is comfort where we overlap. Come here, stand in front of the light. Stand still so I can see your silhouette. Oh, that you have got all night. Cause I'm not done looking, no, I'm not done looking. Each one of us wants a piece of the action. You can hear it in what we say, you can see it in what we do. We negotiate with chaos for some sense of satisfaction. If you won't give it to me, at least give me a better view. Come here, stand in front of the light. Stand still so I can see your silhouette. Oh, that you have got all night. Cause I'm not done looking, no, I'm not done looking. I build each one of my songs out of glass. You could see me inside them, I suppose. Or you could just leave the image of me in the background, I guess, and watch your own reflection superimpose. I build each one of my days out of hope, and I give that hope your name. I know you that well, but it don't take much to tell that you don't have the balls, that you don't feel the same. I'm not done looking, no, I'm not done.
I know there is strength in the differences between us, and I know there is comfort when we overlap. Oh yeah. So this being the first show of the year, I guess, in this room, the faders haven't gotten here yet. So these lights are either on or off. What did you think about that off thing earlier? Was that like that would be cool? Oh, so okay. Well, that's nice of you to say. Take my hand. Oh, boy. Okay. I want to see you too, but it's one or the other. You know. Oh, well, maybe we could just, flick it on and off into some disco tempo. Whatever, Ye who has your finger on the switch, just use your own discretion. The voice of reason. Listen. If they want it off, turn it off. Ooh, take back the night. I could just, oh, I was just gonna put this over my head or something. Okay, it's night now. Want to take it back? Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta turn it off on Andy too. How weird. Maybe we could put all the beer signs up on stage with me and then, it would all sort of even out. Okay, whatever. I mean, you could turn it on after this song and I'll feel so refreshed. I mean, I just need to get a good look at you. Actually, you all have spots on all over you right now, so it'll take me a few verses. No one wants to touch it, no one knows where to begin. I just want more than one membership to more than one club. I owe my life to the people that I love. He looks me up and down, like he knows what time it is, like he's got my number, like he thinks it's his. He says, call me Mr. Franco to you. I say to Mr. Franco to you. I walk, turns out to be straight. Other days the line tends to deviate. I've got no criteria for sex or race. I just want to hear your voice. I just want to see your face. She looks me up and down like she thinks that I'll mature, like she's got my number. Like if I'm talking to her, she says, call me Mr. Franco. If there's anything I can do, I say no. I got spots, I got stripes. So you can't put me up on any shelf, 'cause I came here alone and I'm gonna leave by myself. I just want to show you the way that I feel, and when I get tired, you can take the wheel. To me, what's more important is the person that I bring, not just getting to the same restaurant and eating the same thing.
Yer Nose when begin. I just want more than one membership, more than one club. I owe my life to the people that I love.
Yesterday night we had dinner after Peterborough show, and there were 5 people around the table. Well, no, 4 people that I was speaking to at the time. And 3 out of the 4 people said they weren't going to vote in the Canadian election because there was nobody to vote for, according to them. And together, Annie and I are going to be hitting a lot of universities in a lot of different cities. And I think it's really important for me to say, so I can sleep at night, that no, I wouldn't fucking vote for anybody right now, but we have to vote to keep the Reform Party out. I think the Reform Party is slightly right about Adolf Hitler, and please don't be one of those people who just says, you know, that they won't vote for the Reform Party, and you know, I'm saying get informed. That's all I have to say. Get their pamphlets and read what they have to say, because they're pretty fucked. So, thank you.
When I was 4 years old, they tried to test my IQ. They showed me this picture of 3 oranges in a pear, and they asked me which one is different and does not belong. They taught me different is wrong. But when I was 13 years old, I woke up one morning, eyes covered in blood, like a warning that I live in a breakable, takeable body, an ever-increasingly valuable body. The woman had come in the night to replace me, deface me. See, my body is borrowed. I got it on loan for the time in between my mom and some maggots. I don't need anyone to hold me. I can hold my own. I got highways for stretch marks where I've grown. And I sing sometimes like my life is at stake, cause you're only as loud as the noises you make. I'm learning to laugh as hard as I can listen, cause silence is violence, and women and poor people, if more people were screaming, then I could relax. But good brain and dig if you don't have the facts. We live in a breakable, takeable world, an ever-available, possible world, and we can make music like we can make do. Genius is in the backseat to nothing if you're dancing, especially something stupid like IQ. For every lie I unlearn, I learn something new. And I sing sometimes for the war that I fight, cause every tool is a weapon if you hold it right. So, during the last elections in the States, I voted by absentee ballot because I have an absentee lifestyle. And
found out later, you have to vote like a month in advance because the mail system is so fucked up, I guess. But, so I found out later that they don't count up the absentee ballots unless it's a really close. And the last election wasn't close enough, so they didn't even count mine. Aw, man. I filled it out in block letters and everything. So are you. We do all the things they say we can't do. We walk around in the middle of the night. When it's too far to walk, we just hitch a ride. We got rings of dirt around our necks, and we talk like auctioneers, and we bounce like checks, and we smell like shit. So when we walk down the street, all the boys line up and throw themselves at our feet. I say, I think he likes you. You say, I think he do. So I say, go and get him, girl, before he gets you. I'll be watching from the wings. I will come to your rescue if he tries anything. If he tries anything. It's a long, long road. It's a big, big world. We are wise, wise women. We are giggling girls. We both carry a smile and show when we're pleased. We both carry a switchblade in our sleeve. Tell you one thing, I'm gonna make noise when I go down. For 10 square blocks, they're gonna know when I died. All the goddesses are gonna come up to the rip screen door and say, what do you want, dear? And I'll say, I want inside. Say, I think he likes you. Say, I think he do too. I say, go and get it, girl, before he gets you. And I'll be watching you from the wings. I will come to your rescue. He tries anything. He tries anything, oh yeah. He tries anything, oh yeah. He tries anything. With Amy and Ruth earlier about how unfortunate it is that we have to be on our guard all the time, you know, because there's people out there in fuck reviews all the time. And that last song was written sort of about me and a traveling friend of mine. We've traveled around this continent a little bit together, and it's so funny that, like, what gets written about me in the papers and stuff like that, like the general perception of me is that I'm really tough and militant and angry and scary and all these things, and like it comes out in my music. I don't know. I think it's I still can't believe that people don't get it, that it comes out in my music, because I can't. It's my only outlet. I can't figure out how to let it come out in my day-to-day, you know? I'm always so sweet and stupid so, but this traveling buddy of mine is the me that they write about in the papers. She's like scary shit. She's like, we're a really
good pair, actually, because, you know, every now and then, you know, some guy will come up to ask us the time, and she'll be like, like, damn, girl. I've like got my hand on the back of her shirt the whole journey. I just really want to know his time. He's kind of cute. But so she sort of teaches me to you know, be a little more assertive, and I teach her to relax a little bit. But this is I guess this song is sort of a warning song. It's because unfortunate as it is, you have to be so careful. That's not actually the first chord. That's the third chord. We'll get to it. You are subtle as a window pane, standing in my view, but I wait for it to rain so that I can't see you. You call me up at night when there's no light passing through, and you think that I won't understand, but I do. And we don't say everything that we could, so that we can say later, oh, you misunderstood. I hold my cards up close to my chest. I say what I have to, and I hold back the rest. Cause someone you don't know is someone you don't know. Get a firm grip, girl, before you let go. For every hand extended, another lies in the way. Keep your eye on that one, anticipate. Rest down, get out there, pick a fight with the police. We will get it all on film for the new release. It seems like everyone's an actor, they're an actor's best friend. I wonder what was wrong to begin with, that they should all have to pretend to be love. Said everything we have to keep checking our backs. I think we should all just smile, come clean and relax. But he says, someone you don't know is someone you don't know. Get a firm grip, girl, before you let go. For every hand extended, another lies in wait. Keep your eye on that one, anticipate. You are subtle as a window pane, standing in my view, but I wait for it to rain so that I can see you. You call me up at night when there's no light passing through, and you think that I don't understand, but I do. Something you don't know, something you don't know. Get firm grip, girl, before you let go. Every hand extended, another lies in wait. Keep your eye on that one, anticipate. Thanks very much to her for taking care of Andy and I, even though she's sick too. And thanks to Andy for taking care of Ruth and I. And me, I just pathetic. I'm a whiner. Someday we're gonna have a big bus with curtains in the windows and all our loved ones inside it. I'll have to figure that one out. But and Birdie driving, and Stella the cat in the back playing poker. But anyway, thanks to everyone here at the Bullring for being so friendly. Everybody smiled from the minute we got here. It is not the case everywhere you go, don't you know it? So anyway, I appreciate it very much. And I enjoyed playing for y'all. And so we will end up with this one. Thanks for listening. There would be a sunset and the camera would pan away. The sky is just a little sister tagging along behind the buildings trying to imitate their rain. Little boys are breaking bottles against the sidewalk with big boys too. And the girls are hanging out at the candy store pumping quarters into the phone because they all want to go home. And I mean, what no one's watching? What if we're dead? We are just dead. God ain't looking down. What if he's looking up instead? Oh, my life for a movie. I would light a cigarette and the smoke would curl around my face. Everything I do would be interesting. I play the good guy in every scene, but I always feel like I can take a stand, and there's always someone on hand. Hey, you're standing there, you know. I always feel like I can open my mouth, and every time I do, I offend someone somewhere. But what if no one's watching? What if when we're dead, we are just dead? What if there's no time to lose? When there's things we gotta do, things that need to be said. You know, I can't apologize for everything I know. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but once you get me going, you better just let me go. I mean, we have to be able to criticize what we love, to say what we have to say. Because if you're not trying to make something better, then as far as I can tell, you're just in my way. I mean, what if no one's watching? What if when we're dead, we are just dead? I mean, what if it's just us down here? But God, it's just an idea. Put it in our head. I mean, what if no one's watching? What if no one's watching? What if no one's watching? If my life were a movie, there would be a sunset and the camera would pan away. The sky is just a little sister hanging along behind the buildings trying to imitate their rain. Yeah. Well, I made a video for this song. That's what we were talking about. And I don't know. It was kind of traumatic experience to have your your music and your voice and your face all connected with something somebody else did. Like I didn't actually make the video, and so it's so strange. And because I didn't make it myself, I felt like it was sort of a commercial thing to sell them, like, oh, let's see if we can get another $8 out of people, like. So I decided I didn't want to sell them, but we did send them around to a bunch of TV stations. I think just in the States, I'm not sure, because there's all these like local cable access, video programs, Friday night videos and whatnot. MTV wouldn't touch it. But as it turns out, most of the smaller video shows won't touch it either. I think we got, of the like 100 we sent out, I think 6 stations were playing it. A couple more had played it, got complaints and stuff. So, well, I'm not quite sure. The song itself also isn't played on a lot of radio stations, whereas like everything else on that album maybe is. And it doesn't have any of the 7 dirty words in it that you can't say on radio or TV or whatever. And I think that, I always thought of it as kind of a funny song, but then again, I'm living in my own world, so and people get really uptight about it. I think basically it's because underneath the like, isn't this ridiculous tone of it, it sort of pits the power that women have traditionally held to create life. That this has been their role, is to create and nurture life, that against the power that some men have and choose to use, which is that of the power over death. That men sort of control death, whereas women control life. And oftentimes I think we look at those rich, powerful men and think like, why do they run the show and make all the wars and decide who gets killed and who doesn't? And it just sort of, this song just sort of turns around and looks at some women who use their own power and maybe that is an even greater power, that we don't need to strive for the power over death, but we need to fully appreciate the power of life. So. But anyway, I don't know. Apparently, it's very controversial, and I don't know. But it kind of whatever. I hope you like it.
Straight lines out of almost anything, except for the line of my upper lip when it curls. Dressed in my best greasy skin, squinty eyes on the only part of summer here. Living inside in the air-conditioned boardroom, decorated with a corporate flair. I wonder, could these boys smell me bleeding through my underwear? There's men where the blood of women they love. There's white where the blood. But every woman learns and bleed from the moment we bleed to renew life. Every time you step down, vertebrae on step down. Isaac can go, still feel myself sliding from the earth tonight. So I just excuse myself and leave the room. Thinking all my period came early, but it's not a minute to sing.
Sure I do, you know I do. I say, it ain't no hassle, no. It ain't no mess, friend. Right now it's the only power that I possess. These businessmen got the money, got the instruments of death. You know, I can make life, you know. I can make breath. Sitting in a boardroom, yeah, I'm so boardroom, listening to the suits talk about their work. You know, I didn't really have much to say the whole time I was there, so I just let the big brown bloods get on their way. Andy's back there like, oh my God, he's punk. Okay, maybe I'll do a little poem to finish up. Thank you very much for that. Our father. Art in a penthouse, sits in his 37th floor suite and swivels to gaze down at the city he made me in. He allows me to stand and solicit graffiti until he needs the land I stand on. And eyeing my darkened threshold and pawing through my pockets the receipts, the bus schedules, hip, the hopper, don't stop, the rocket to the bang bang boogies, up comes the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. The urgent napkin poems, the matchbook phone numbers, all of which laundering has rendered pulpy and strange. Loose change in a key. Ask me. Go ahead, ask me if I care. I got the answer here. I wrote it down somewhere. I just gotta find it. And somebody in their spray paint got too close. Somebody came on too heavy. Now look at me, made ugly by the drooling letters. I was better off alone. Ain't that the way it is? They don't know the first thing, but you don't know that till they take the first swing. My fingers are red and swollen from the cold. I'm getting bold in my old age, so go ahead. Try the door. It doesn't matter anymore. I know the weak-hearted are strong-willed, and we're all being kept alive until we're killed. He's up there. The ice is clinking in his glass. He sends us little pieces of paper. I don't ask, I just empty my pockets and weep. It's not fate. It's just circumstance. I don't fool myself with romance. I just live phone number to phone number, dusting them against my thighs and the warmth of my pockets which whisper history incessantly asking me, where were you? I lower my eyes, wishing I could cry more and care less. Yes, it's true. I was trying to love someone again. I was caught bearing weight, but I love this city. This state, this country is too large, and who's ever in charge up there better take the elevator down and put more than change in our cup, or else we are coming up.